Well, it's not often that we get perfectly matched tropical weather for the garden tropical plants that we have, but now that Hilary's here, I figured this might be a good time to do a video updating the garden a little bit. I'm kind of just showing you what it looks like here as we get tropical storm Hilary coming in. She's still south of us and off the coast, but dumping a decent amount of rain today. And also maybe a good time to do a quick update on bananas, since I get a lot of questions about my banana trees. One of the more common sets of questions I get lately is how big do they get? When do they fruit? What kind of fruit are they? What's the name of the banana tree? How thick do they get? So this is my biggest cluster of ice cream banana, also sometimes referred to as Java banana. So basically at the tallest point up here, we're looking at probably 18, maybe even 22 feet tall. They're not all that tall, but that's the kind of upper range that these get. And as far as fruiting, they fruit all year round here in Southern California. If it was a zone such as maybe 9 or below, they may or may not fruit. Definitely probably not below 9, because I think the fruit trees will get damaged. The fruit themselves will get damaged. The flowers will get damaged. But here, I think anything maybe 9 or above, it's possible to get fruit. From the time they're a pup, which you kind of can see down here at the bottom, there's some pups. From that size there, all the way up till maximum size that they need to be in order to fruit, you're looking at typically 18 to 24 months. That will also somewhat depend on the weather, when you put the pup in the ground, like for instance spring versus late summer. But typically 18 to 24 months from the time it's planted to the time that you get fruit. It takes typically about 3 to 6 months from the time that the flower opens till the time that the fruit's ready to eat. And again, that's somewhat dependent upon weather again. Once the tree fruits, then you need to cut it down because the tree will die. It's not truly a tree, it's what they call a pseudostem, kind of like grass. And once that flower opens and fruits, the whole stalk or stem will die. The good thing is that there's continually new fruit coming up at the bottom. Sorry, not fruit, new pups coming up at the bottom. And so you'll need those to keep coming in order to keep having banana trees. Watering, they can be fairly drought tolerant once they're established in the yard. However, if you want them looking dark green and lush and not browning on the edges, especially if there's hot weather, then you need to be watering them quite regularly. But if for some reason you needed to skip on watering, they will probably not die on you, unless you just never water them again. But also, again, back to the necessity of watering. If you want the fruit to be full and plump and taste good, you're going to want to water pretty frequently. So I think that covers the most common questions that I get. Let me just quickly talk about once it's done fruiting, removing the stem. It's pretty easy to do. You just take either a machete or a garden saw and cut it down as low as you can here at the base. It's quite heavy, full of water, so you be careful when it's coming down. And then you just cut up the stem into sections that you can lift and that you can put in the trash can, or you can mulch it if you have that option for your yard. I think that pretty much covers it. If you want to keep it looking attractive, winds will definitely cause, as you can see at the top here, the tattering of the leaves. It doesn't look too bad with this kind of tatter, but if you got super heavy wind, it'll actually remove portions of the leaves, and I typically like to cut those off. So just removing tattered leaves and yellowed leaves is all you need to do. Very easy to cut off. So that's a quick summary here as we have Hilary the tropical storm passing through. Quick summary of how to take care of bananas here in zones 9, 10, and above. All right, thanks for tuning in. Bye.